Welcome to Creative Pages with Catherine. I'm Catherine, and it's time for our Something Blue sketch with me. You all voted, and I am going to be doing a part 1 and part 2 for this sketch with me for the Something Blue collection. We're going to do a outdoor event inspired one, and we're also going to do a wedding inspired one. And I'm going to use the same sketch for both of them. I have picked a sketch from the 101 Sketches and Scrapbooking Ideas booklet. It is the one on page 105, and this first one is going to show an outdoor event, garden party inspired, I guess, layout, if you will. And then the next one, part 2, is going to be the wedding inspired one. This one has more green palette to it, and the other one will be more in the blues and grays. So, are y'all ready to see what I've put together? I hope so. Let's get to it. Here it is, page 105. Let me hold it up for you all so that way you can see my notes down here. Now, I just have the one for my outdoor event. Currently, I will be adding my wedding one coming up. I'll probably write it above. I have the pages picked out for that one. I just don't have it mapped out yet. So we're going to get it done. It's just not quite done yet. So now that I have our lighting adjusted and I think I'm ready to go. I am going to be using the lattice paper. On the left side of this layout, it is the one with the stripes running down the opposite side of it. And then this one is our avocado lines. So we have stripes here and lines here. So this one they're definitely thinner, less dramatic, and it's the avocado color one is what I'm going to be using. It's the one with the mint leaves on the back of it. So that's going to be the right side of our page, and I always like to start on the left side, so that's what I'm going to do. I have used some of our mats from our mat pack, but I also am using some cardstock as well that I brought in just to add some cohesiveness to the pages. You can see here I am using both avocado and our dark green cardstock. And I went ahead and punched several borders using my Leafy Vine border punch. I first punched with the, whoops, they're getting caught up here, my dark green cardstock, and then I punched with the stripes. So it was the same paper as this one, but I'm using the opposite side that's going to flow through both of our pages, and I've layered them. So essentially I punched 2 with the dark green and 2 with the page with the stripes. And this is going to run through the bottom of our page. And this is something that I did switch up from the inspiration sketch. On the sketch, they had the borders running across the top of the page. And I just thought it made a little more sense to have them running across the bottom for this particular one. So we're just flipping it up a little bit. It's okay. If you don't want to flip yours, don't flip it. Use which punch you want to use. And that's why these are just to give you some ideas of things you can do with these sketches as well. And I like adding the larger photos. So I'll show you all the way I'm doing mine. Okay. For this left side of our page, I have a 4x4 piece of our avocado cardstock and a 4x6 piece. I also have 2 of our mats from our mat pack, and these are also in the avocado color palette. So the first one has the lattice, like what's on our paper that we're working on. Backside has a floral leafy wreath. And the second one has dots, also in the avocado palette. Backside are some light blue stripes. And these are going to go this way. This is going to run this way. And it's all going to fit. Don't worry. Here we go. Double check my photo and make sure, not my photo, but my cheat sheet to make sure I'm getting these on where I wanted them on. And so where it kind of still shows some of the inspiration from the sketch as well. This over just a hair. So these are going to line up here, but this one is going to be just a little bit in from this other. So these mats are 4.5 by 6.5 if I didn't mention it. Okay, let's place our avocado cardstock first, and then we'll get our mats placed as well. I'm just going about, okay, that's why something look crooked. About 1/4 of an inch in from the edge of the page. And this one is going to go over here. I'm not pressing down on my avocado cardstock yet because I kind of want to line it up a little bit with these ones on the top. So let me get my tape runner on those. And so this one's definitely going to line up with the top of the page, and we want the edge to kind of roll along with this left edge of our 4x6 mat that's down here. And then this one, I think we will go ahead and line it up as well, giving about 1/2 an inch in between our mats here. And we're kind of almost creating a little bit of a grid here. Is what it looks like anyways. This one is going to go at the top of the page. So this other one can go up just a little bit. It's a good thing I didn't quite stick it down because I do kind of want to center it just a little bit because the other one is touching. So it is going to have a little bit more in between on the bottom than on the top. And let me grab my zero centering ruler real quick and I'll measure it for you. It's about 1/2 inch on the top and 3/4 on the bottom. These are from our embellishment pack. And I'll show you real quick. We have these darker leaves, and then there's also a lighter leaf as well, but of course the camera isn't picking up as well. That has a little bit of a definition to it on the inside. And actually I'm going to need to put this on a foam square on this end coming down because I don't want it. I mean, you can get your multi-purpose tool out to lift it up from your photo, but you don't want to do that. This one, since it's going to be the journal box, I probably will go ahead and put one in the bottom of this one as well. And then I'll leave the repositionable tape here, or I can always rub it off with my finger later when I go to put the photos on. But I want to just keep it simple here. And that way it'll be much easier for me when I go to put my photos onto the page to already have this popped up and out of the way from where my photos will be going. So there's that. And here's this one. That way I can still get a journal box under here. I can add a couple more foam squares if I want to later. It kind of leaves my options open a bit. And yeah, it does kind of go down a little bit, but it's much easier to lift with the foam square underneath this back end here. And I have this other sticker I found that says, "My life is better with you," because I've kind of felt like I wanted a title for my pages, but I'm going to wait until the end to put the sticker on, just to make sure where I actually want to put it. And initially I was thinking in this space here, but I'm not sure. And That's why I want to see the other side of the page first. So here is your left side of the page already completed. And it is hard to avoid a little bit of blue with this collection, but I think it brings in some sky for, like I said, any kind of outdoor event, a garden party, even a birthday party. I think this would be a fun layout for. And actually, this might not be my journal box. Well, hang on. Because I forgot I have a special mat on this side. I think that would be good for journaling. And it is this one, the easel. Isn't that cute? So this easily could be a birthday party. I guess this one, oh, on the back is just to the happy couple. So you could easily use the other side for a wedding, but just thought, let's keep it for our outdoor event. Oops, I got to put my border down first. But so this was one of our 4x6 mats from our mat pack. I do have a 4x4 from our dark green cardstock, and then 2 more of our 4.5 by 6.5 mats. And I'll just go ahead and show you. These are in more of the darker green palette, whereas the other mats were in the avocado palette that we used on the other side, because once you see them side by side, you'll see where we're drawing in the avocado on both sides and the darker green on both sides. So it flows nicely. This one's going to go up this way. This one's going to go down here. Once I get my border going across the bottom, we'll get that lined up better. And let's go ahead and put that on it. And the way I am putting the leaves, they are going towards the center of the page on both sides, or towards the middle of our album, if you will, when they get into the album. And I did put the layering leaf up from the bottom. Oops. I have a little bit of an extra. There we go. It's always paper so easy to correct. Always. Okay. So I know this one's going to go down here in this corner. That one's going to go up there, but I kind of want to get my placement. Hang on. This one's off just a little bit. Let me lift this just a hair. Hang on. My leaves are angled. It's making my paper look like it's off. We don't want that. It makes it harder to place our mats. So let's, there we go. Okay, much better. And this one is going to overlap our border just a little bit, because I did do 2 of the larger mats. So that one's going to kind of center the way we did the other one on the other side of the page, except for this one, instead of having the smaller on the bottom, it's going to be the bigger. And this one is going to have a little more space around it, and so is this one. Okay. All right, good. I feel good about that. Hopefully you all do too. Tape runner on everything here. Then we used the repositionable on the border and the regular tape runner on the mats. You can use repositionable on everything, but I just like having just that little bit of extra security, I guess, if you will, from the regular tape runner. And here we go. Get our easel placed. And then my cardstock below it. And I'm kind of just using this thinner line here as my benchmark of where to line these 2 up with each other, because I am giving them a little bit more space in between than even what I did on the other side. This one's going to go directly with the top of the page. And it is, it's always nice when you can make the paper do some of the work for you and help level things out. I don't know. I'm a fan of trying to make things a little bit easier on myself if I can. We all like that, don't we? Okay. So there are our mats and our border ready to go on this right side. Now I do have more of our, or two more of the embellishments here. I'm still going to go ahead and put just a little bit of repositionable tape because I know I can always work with that later, but I am going to go ahead and grab just a couple of these ever so slightly larger foam squares. It's not the smallest size, it's the next size up on our new foam square sheets that we have. And I'm going to place the one with the lines at the bottom again, coming up from the bottom of the page here. Going over this a little bit. It's okay that it's going over our photo a little bit, and this one's going to go a little bit over our journal mat. I don't know if I want to necessarily cover up our balloon, though. I guess it is just going to have to be, we'll cover up the one balloon, I guess, a part of it anyways. Here, I want to make sure my page protector can go on and that it makes sense. So this one's going to come down just a little bit further this way, and I can still do my writing as well. I guess I did angle that one a little bit more. I can angle that one down a little bit more too, even though I do have the foam square on this right side here. Let's see if we can do this. Yep, very gently, cautiously. There we go. I'm gonna angle this one coming down from the top just a little bit more, so that way it matches this a little bit better, and these two are just coming in from the bottom. So this is our right side of our page here. And let's move these up. I do have a couple of heart stickers as well that I want to get on the page here coming up too, but I do want to figure out where I want to put my life is better with you. And I liked that this sticker kind of, the shape is similar to these shapes. It's not an exact one, but it just goes with it. And then I've got 3 white hearts from our sticker set, which you can't really see. No, I do like it in the middle better. And then we'll put our hearts more here. I think going through our page a little bit more, continuing to draw our eye across. And you can see them now. I think now that they're on the green, here we go. I think I'm actually going to put one over here. Originally I had all 3 set for the right side, but I think I like one there. And then I'm going to put another foam square underneath my life is better with you. And I think this is the saying kind of is applicable for a birthday party, a family member. Like I said, you could use it for an outdoor event. And even if it's a family gathering, it can still be my life is better with you. And heck, you can even use it for pet page if you really want, you know. Our dogs and cats and pets, horses make our lives better all the time. I think they reduce our stress levels. So there we go. Here is the left side of my page and the right side. And you can see, even with that other dotted balloon covered up a little bit, I kind of like it almost better that way because we don't really have dots too many other places on the page, but we do have the blue coming in from our border and here, but then also just all the greens and the whites. And I think that's just going to pop all of our pictures that we put on to these pages. Here is my inspiration sketch again. And I know my next one is going to look completely different. Like I said, I'm going to use this page 105 again for our wedding inspired sketch using the blue pages and the gray, I believe, as well as what I have picked out for it. But you're going to have to hang on and check that out in the next video. For now, let's get into our card, because that's the other thing I am challenging myself to do, is to create a card for each collection or each sketch as an inspiration, whether we're using scraps or just the sketch as inspiration. So let me get things pulled out for that. Here is my blank card from our card kit. I cut a piece of our hot fudge cardstock 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 to fit our card base here. And let me reinforce this edge a little bit. I'm trying to be better about reinforcing the edges where people are opening it, because it just keeps your card from flapping around a little bit more, I guess, is the best way to explain it. Get this lined up nicely if I can here. Goodness. There we go. Sometimes you just have to stand it up and make it work for you a little bit. And then I have part of our stripe page that I did punch out our border from, that had the lattice on the back side of it. This one is 3 3/4 by 5. That's just the way it worked out with the scrap I had. So this is going to get centered and kind of framed onto our hot fudge cardstock here. The banner and the present with the hearts are from our embellishment pack, and I'm going to pop those up. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my congratulations sticker, because I thought, this could be used for a baby shower or a birthday card. It doesn't really, if the present is generic enough, it also could be used for a wedding, either shower or actual event. Let me grab some small foam squares here, and I think I'm going to cut these in half, because we have 2, 4, 7 that we'll need for these triangles here of the banner, and I just don't want to use that many foam squares for it. So grab my microtip scissors, cut those foam squares in half, and let's do it this way. But this way it also supports our banner, putting it on the page or onto the card. And I think I might have to cut this last one in half the other way. I cut the other ones at a diagonal. But this other one, I think just for the ends, needs this straight edge here. Yes, it does. So the triangle doesn't look like it'll fit as well. There we go. I've gotten all my backings off from those, and this is going to come in here. All right, then it's popped up a little bit under our congratulations. We're going to pop up our present with our balloons coming off of it too. Here. So I guess this one is a foam square heavy card. Hopefully you're going to give it in person. Otherwise, I guess the post office isn't going to charge you twice for having all these foam squares. But you will need a little bit of extra postage if you are in the United States like I am. I don't know why they're so fussy about that, but they are. So this is going to go here in this lighter area of the card, and then I have our 3 hearts here, and we're going to create a couple more balloons if you will, coming off or up from our present. Hang on, this one's a big one here. We're going to put this big one a little bit this way. And these were in our enameled embellishments from our Something Blue collection as well. And I also have my navy dual tip pen. And we're just going to add a couple of quick lines to make it look like our hearts are escaping and floating up from our embellishment. So there is our card. Something a little different, kind of fun. And like I said, you could use it for a birthday, a wedding, a baby shower, a really nice, just multi-purpose card for almost any occasion. And that's it for this sketch with me. I hope y'all enjoyed seeing my sketch interpretation. Leave me a comment or a thumbs up if you'd like. I always enjoy answering the comments. Until next time.